So we are currently at the Stratford Hotel, ready to go to Baller League after the marathon yesterday. So both completed it, one a little bit better than the other. Morris Gidd, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, yeah. First and foremost, we said, didn't we, before we weren't going for any times. We was hoping for a sub 4, but we weren't really. It weren't about the times. It was about the event, the taking part, and ultimately building up to the marathon. I had been injured, and my whole focus was on just trying to get ready to get to the start line, which you helped me with massively with, by the way. So yeah, listen, and then I think
It's also been on our bucket list, and it's
yeah,
something
yeah.
we've both
We've said
wanted.
it for a while. We've said it for a while, and then we knew obviously it was going to be difficult. The fact that we've both never done that any type of distance before, injuries, like you was quite busy in the build up to it as well. There was times when you couldn't maybe do as much as you wanted to do in the build up. But yeah, I enjoyed the process of it. We were saying it today, weren't we, in the sauna, just saying like we've actually enjoyed looking after ourselves quite well, haven't we?
Getting fit. Well, we've both been off the drink as well, so we haven't drunk for 6 to 8 weeks.
I had one little mishap. I had one mishap. But yeah. No, mine was 5.5 weeks, and I had one in that 5.5 weeks.
Yeah, but we've been pretty much logging like 2 or 3 runs a week, and like we've been like preparing for it as well. But the one that like learning curves for me, like yesterday after the race, I was like, I'm definitely not doing it again. This morning, I'm a little bit annoyed because I had to stop, which we'll get to a little bit later. So I had to stop and walk for a little bit. I got double cramp in the calves, thighs, and hamstrings, and wasn't looking good for me. But managed to kind of walk it off and very slowly jog it over the line and stuff. But now day after the marathon, like I want to go next year. Number one, to do it again. Second of all, it's year 2026. So my number, want to do it again. And loads of learning curves. Like for me, we didn't cover that distance as well. And when we were sitting in the lounge before the race, we was kind of explaining to people how far you run, and we was like 25k.
No, what about the American woman in the hotel? She put the shit as right up us, didn't she? Yeah.
She nearly got whiplash, didn't she? She was like, 25k, that's it.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we'll be fine. And she kind of left, and we were like, well, I was like, she don't know, we used to play football, we'll be fine. And then I blew up about 16, 17 miles. But that was a good experience. So loads of learning curves for me. So one, we have to definitely do more miles. Not the full whack, but we have to definitely log more. Second of all, take more tablets with me.
Salty ones.
Salty ones, because I was struggling. And thirdly, pray that it rained on the day, because yesterday was perfect golf weather.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you, didn't I was happy. I don't mind running in heat. I felt it was hot yesterday, but I don't mind it. That actual side of it. Even when we was running past certain places, wouldn't we, and say like there was some firemen coming out with a hose, there was some people spraying. There was a few times where I actually avoided it. I was like, I don't want to be sort of like drenched, where there was quite a few. I mean, you was walking under.
Well, I just didn't have the energy to go around it like you. I was gone.
But yeah, like my main takeaway, honestly, I think is just I was really, really surprised with how well I felt, considering like I only started training in April, like from November. So my main takeaway is a plus, to be honest, where we was lucky enough to been using a facility in Isha. My recovery has been first class.
Because you pulled your calf, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, I tore it and then kept breaking down every single time that I went to go on a run. So from November to March, late March, I hadn't got any runs in. So it was a weird one. But so that's why I didn't announce that I was running, because I was nervous that it just weren't going to get better. I actually thought I had a real long-term problem because I just kept breaking down. And thankfully, Martin Baker, come round a couple of times and helped me out. So, but going back to my point, mine is a plus as far as the preparation that we was doing, as far as looking after ourselves, as far as recovery, nutrition. I was eating better, like I said, weren't drinking. I actually felt really good. So that's my plus of it. Going, know that I need to replicate that and build upon that if I want to then go and maybe push another run.
Because when you look at the plans, like a lot of people kind of October, November, that's when the kind of real training. So we see Benucci, didn't we, before the race? He'd been training since November and stuff. So also for me, I'm going, okay, so train a little bit earlier, get on the little slimming one as well, so lose a little bit of weight, maybe be a little bit careful for a few months with the drink and then kind of shut it down for maybe 4 months before it. But like, yeah, I'm a little bit gutted with my performance in the marathon yesterday. Really enjoyed it, delighted we'd done it. So we both run it for my foundation, the John Terry Foundation, and Razor Sunshine as well. And they were superb, Razor Sunshine, weren't they? Looked after us. Firstly, to get us in the marathon was great. Second of all, the way they looked after us was incredible. And they had some wish kids there yesterday. When we come in the room, it was quite emotional. You come in, you get clapped in by the kids and stuff. It was just a really proud moment that we done it yesterday.
But you've had like an affiliation with Razor Sunshine for a good few years, and I first really came across it at your golf day. So the John Terry Foundation golf day, and was blown away by some of the stories and some of the videos that we actually saw. We obviously filmed a lot of stuff there as well, but the organisation and the small little details and stresses that they take away from you in the build up, how they try and sort of make it as easy as possible. But we said it after when we obviously went to the do after with Razor Sunshine, that it was like there were so many thank yous that you wanted to hand out because they just made you. It's sort of like a family sort of atmosphere, and like I said at your golf day, that's the only reason why I done the marathon. So when they was talking about going, oh, you were so good to wait for John, it was like, no, we said before we was running together. No matter like we was running together.
We'll come on to him waiting for me. Don't worry.
We was like, we said we was going to run together, and like, but that was it, because I wouldn't have done the marathon without you. If you hadn't tugged me and pulled me into it, and like I said, I'll happily accept it because it was always one of those things that I've wanted to do. But at the time when I did accept, obviously I was out injured and was worried about, okay, I ain't going to get the prep in. But all in all, like I said, your competitive nature and how you are, you're frustrated because you then went, I've had to walk and stop for bits and stuff like that. But I honestly, the sense of achievement of like just getting to the finish line, getting to the start line, finishing it, and seeing all the faces, and almost like experiencing all the other runners, like and
the volunteers and all of that. Joe, talk us through like the start. So obviously, like it was our first one for people out there who haven't done it. Talk us through the start, because it was a bit difficult. The first 2 or 3K, wasn't it, like darting in and out of people, and the way we kind of joined the race and stuff like that.
But that actually surprised us, didn't it? Because we went to the hospitality thing first, and there's a few that were getting a few warm ups in, and we see Siddy and stuff like that, and we was trying to get all the electrolytes on board and the drinks and all that. And we thought, where you always have in your head like start, it's your actual start. I thought, I don't know why, but I thought we was going to go to a place and they was going to go.
Yeah.
But we walked around the corner and everyone was flying past, and it was like, you know, like when you're trying to cross a road, yeah, like that, and it's going really quick. We had to find a little segment, didn't we? Like, so that shocked me a little bit. But I definitely, and I said to you, the first 3K was my worst. The worst I felt. I don't know whether it was nervous energy or because it was a bit of a shock to the system how we started, or that's just me because I don't enjoy the first little part of the run anyway. It takes me a while to warm up, getting older and all that. But moving about and the way you have to kind of adjust your feet, I think everyone's at the beginning of their race. And
because everyone's on different times at the start, and it's quite congested at the start, and kind of you have to accelerate a little bit to kind of get in front of someone, or you have to jump up the curb to then get back on the road and stuff like that. So for the first 2 or 3K was quite difficult.
It's hard to get your rhythm in.
Yeah, and we were going probably quicker than we wanted. Well, I was certainly going quicker than we wanted, because we done the first K. We wanted sub 4, so we was like 5:40 Ks. Can we kind of stick to like 5:20, 5:30 for the first kind of 10K? And then it beeped on my watch and it was 5 minutes.
And I thought we were going slow.
Yeah, well, we both did. We thought we were like jogging, and it felt like we had loads more in the tank, which come back to haunt me a little bit later on. But then second K, I think we were like 4:48, and then we were 4:58, and it was like, oh, we're flying here, but it didn't feel like we were flying, did it?
No, I as I said, I felt I was like, I wanted to go. And I thought it was just purely because of we was trying to adjust our feet and messing up the rhythm. And like I said, once we got in the swing of it a little bit, I felt it was like fine. And this is a funny subject, this, because I was kind of saying it at home yesterday a little bit, how I felt for you with the amount of people that want to bug you for a chat or for a
How
photo.
about the Wolves supporter?
Oh, no. Don't even give him airtime here, no, honestly.
True.
Yeah. But the amount of people that obviously willing you on and cheering you on, it's so good to, like, hear it and be around it. It's great, isn't it, like, when you hear that. But you know the amount of times you have to say, cheers, mate, or thank you, or no problem, or like, and then you have to stop, slow down for like the little selfie, or sort of like a little hello,
I
thumbs
think that's
up.
the reason why I cramped up.
Yeah, no, but you know when you go, I couldn't think of anything worse. If I'm running, and obviously that's at the beginning, I thought, oh, this could be very annoying for you, like a little bit. It's great when people are clapping you and cheering you on, but when actually running and people are like half cutting you up, like, because I'm running next year. People are like cutting me up to then get a picture or film you. And
I got a
like,
load of that tags on kind of social media where someone's in front of me and going, I'm in front of JT, but they're in front of me and I'm trying to dodge around them and get out the photo and stuff because I don't want them to beat me. And
so, as I said, I think when you're obviously doing your first marathon, I think that can be a little bit like rhythm, like it can upset your rhythm a little bit. But like I said, there's actually experiencing the different runners and some of the like people that are clearly a lot older than us, managing to get round and properly, and you can see some of them with disabilities and like they're absolute troopers with the volunteers and people that are obviously doing it with things that are really close to them personally as well. You can see on some of the pictures on their tops, or they're running in groups and things like that. It's emotional, even when it's like not really to do with what you're kind of involved in. You know what I mean?
You know what was nice a couple of times as well, because when you're running, like a few people were struggling, even like early on, and the amount of people that stopped and kind of come out their way to help people that they don't know, they'd never seen before, and kind of pick up or kind of go to the side of the road and give them sweets or electrolytes and stuff like that, and then they kind of go on and stuff, was really powerful, really emotional to see. So anyone out there thinking of doing it, I have to say, in terms of a pure experience, 100% go and do it. If you can do it for an amazing charity and raise some money as well, two great reasons to do it, but for a personal achievement as well, just a really fantastic thing to do. But two standouts for me were the guys in the car.
Yeah,
and
there was about 6 of them, wasn't there? Was it 6 or 8?
4. There's 4 of them.
Was it? Oh well, I've seen. I think it's because I kept running past them there and coming back waiting for you, and then coming past again.
So it must have been about 10, 12k. We see him, didn't we? Was it about that? We see him, and I looked at Joe's and I was like, we can't get beat by these. So we've gone off. We've carried on running, and I've blown up. And later they've just come past us both. And now Jody's waiting for me. So I'm going, please go and finish the race. He could have been sub 3:30 yesterday. You were flying, you were cruising. And I'm going, Joe, just go. And to be fair, he waited for me the whole way and crossed the line and stuff. So thank you. But the look you gave me when Big Ben, the guy dressed as Big Ben, and the car guys went past us, you look back as if to go, no, are you taking the fucking piss now?
No, because we did say that, didn't we? Like before the race, we had said, just don't let a geezer with a fridge on his back or like the post box, like you know what I mean, go past you. But yeah, so you might have been a little bit delirious at this time, but it was the one that come past as like a hippopotamus or like a rhinoceros or something. It's one of those. And when he started coming past, and I remember looking at him, I thought, oh, this might get you, because we'd spoke about those sort of things before, this might like get you going, oh, I'm not having that. But I looked and I was pointing at, there was probably Big Ben there as well, like.
Yeah, but for it, like, see, mentally, I'm going, right, as I'm running, don't stop. Whatever you do, just don't stop. But honestly, my calves, anyone who's ever had cramp or suffered with cramp, I had double cramp in both my calves, and I'm on my tiptoes now. I've walked over to the edge, and there was a lovely family that looked after me for about 8 minutes, and they would give me sweets and Coke and stuff like that. And then while I'm standing there, both my hamstrings and my thighs went at the same time. And I can see you standing up about 20 metres up, and I'm just like, go. I'm not sure I can finish this. I'll walk, I'll crawl, but I'm not sure I can obviously keep up with you and run. And you're looking, going, no, I'm staying. And you must have been waiting for like 16 minutes for me.
Yeah, no, yeah, there was a long time, and because the thing is, where I stopped, obviously you get like the crowd and that, and they start talking it, but then they're going to me, go on, Jody, don't give up. I'm going, I'm fine. I'm waiting for me, mate. Like, and then going, come on. Then you get people that half clock you, go, come on, Jody, you can do it. And I'm going, I know, I'm waiting, but because you weren't about, you was like you said, about 20,
they was running
meters
past
back.
me, and I was like, I'm waiting for him up there. I'm waiting for him.
But like when I was looking back, that was my only worry, is that you almost got comfortable. It looked like, I'm going, you've seen someone you knew, but I knew it weren't Tony and the kids and that. I was like, no, they're not. Like they had the banners and that. I'm going, he's talking to somebody. But then I was like, we can't stay here for this long. Like we'd been here. But then when you come up and you was like, look, mate, I'm not even sure I'm going to finish this. Like honestly, I can't move. And then I went, all right, I need to think something here. I went, look, let me the Rays of Sunshine things just a little bit further up. I'm going to run ahead to there and wait for you there. Because at least I was thinking, if I'm waiting, I'm not waiting here where like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know anyone. I'll go to where all our families are, and wait for you there. But I also, when you started saying, look, I'm not sure, I obviously wanted to get there and go, is he moving or has he gone over the barrier? And
You can see on the app.
Yeah, on the app. So the minute I got there and they said, no, he's moving, I thought, right, that's sweet. I don't mind. I'll like wait.
Slowly, but I was moving.
Yeah.
And funny, right? Because obviously when I'm walking, everyone's shouting at me going, come on, JT, you shouldn't be walking. And so the pressure's on me, right? And I tried to have a little jog and the calves just went, no chance. So I'm going, I need to try. So I tried my best to get like tablets on board and stuff like that. And then I come across a young boy, Mustafa, I think his name was, lovely kid. And he'd done his knee. He'd done his ACL a little while ago. And his knee went and he was sore and stuff. So he was walking with me. He had some salt tablets.
He had it taped up and that, didn't he?
He had it taped up. Yeah. He was struggling. And I was like, come on, stick with me. Let's do a little power walk and stuff. So we're walking, but everyone's there. And every now and then I just kept putting my arm around his shoulder like that. So people thought I was stopping to help this young boy, right?
You know, what a lovely fella.
Oh, look at JT, stop to help someone. Because I'm thinking, I'm getting stick going, come on, JT. And I'm going, I'm with him. So for me, it's like, but we ended up kind of jogging the last 2K, I think, when we picked you up.
Yeah.
And we crossed the line together. But yeah, that was the hardest thing I've ever done, Jodes, that yesterday. Yeah. That was. But I
think that's the whole point of it, though. When you're talking about things that you want to tick off the list, that's the whole point, isn't it? Yeah. You go, never done that. Your body's never done that. So you go, here you go. That's the whole reason why you do it. And the fact that you then go in, like you sent me something. I think it was that first thing this morning that you sent me. I'm going, you're already thinking about doing something else.
I'm pissed off how it went yesterday. Like the fact I walked is like that's done me. Like two things, I found out that you're a lot quicker than me.
No. Oh, in long distance.
In long distance, yeah. Not sprinting. But long distance wise, you were, like I said, you could have been sub 3:30 easily yesterday and you were cruising and stuff. So I've held you back. So for me, but going, I defo need to like stick to my pace, and that's probably like a 5:46 minute Ks and stuff like that for me. Because it was quick. It was quick early on. But
that's again, I think it's like when we was talking earlier and you said, who would you run with like next year? And I was like, I'd rather run on my own.
Yeah.
But that's not like no one can run with me. Like there's plenty of people that are miles quicker than me. But it's like, I like getting into my own like zone, and like that's where I was a little bit mindful of how many times I was going to, come on, mate, come on, and then trying different ways to get you going. Because I also think you'd piss me if it was the other way round. You'd piss me off saying that to me, because I'd go, no, mate, I know I am pushing myself, or I'll go when I'm ready to kick on again. Like so, I think that's the beauty of running on your own. I think.
Yeah, that was really tough for me yesterday, because like mentally I'm going, like I'm screaming in my head, going, come on. But my body was like, no. You know, like we see a couple of people like hit the floor that were cruising, really good runners, and then their legs just go like late on in the race, early on in the race, and people just hit the deck. Now for me, I'm going, I can fucking do this, 100% I can do it. But my body at that particular moment for a couple of K, I just couldn't run.
No, you could tell it, and you was walking like RoboCop. Like you look like you couldn't bend at the knees at some point, but you could tell when it come because your legs just straightened and like it was.
Yeah.
But like, listen, it's one of those things, and I said it to you already. The marathon and getting it off your list. The whole thing about it is about raising money for two great charities.
Yeah.
Like seriously ill children that God knows how many of children you're going to touch with the amount of money that obviously you and I raised yesterday. You actually have gone, okay, your competitive nature has made you go, yeah, I'd like to do it another way than you did it yesterday. But the bottom line is you've done it. You completed it. We both done our first ever marathon. We've come away and I don't care what happened or how long it took or the moments that we said you have to celebrate the tough moments as well because you then go, look how you are today about it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You felt like you've gone straight away. I'm looking forward to. Let's do a few more half marathons, like in the build up, and we'll go and do them in maybe different countries and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've opened up another little, probably another opportunity to raise even more money, but also have different experiences. And like I loved it after with all the families there, and you know what I mean. We could have a beer after a little
It was
while.
brilliant when it was nice, and also we got a massage after. So Razor Sunshine had like 2 masseuses, so we're getting a massage, and Jane very kindly brought Sissy through, the young girl. So straight away we've signed up to jump out of a plane next year. So Sissy is one of the wish childs that had a heart operation many years ago.
15 years ago
15
now.
years ago, So we need 15 people. She's always wanted to jump out of a plane, and we were on the massage table in absolute agony yesterday. She said it, and I was like, I'll do that. I've done it before, but I'd love to do it again. You signed yourself up. Jolie signed herself up yesterday. So we've got 4, so we're already signed up for something else. But it's moments like that. She come in and we're in agony, and she's telling us her story, and I'm like wincing on the bed thinking, how can I be wincing? What she's been through, and she had cancer and stuff like that. That was special for me yesterday.
Yeah, they're great moments, aren't they?
Yeah.
And like you said, the straight away when we walk back in the room and all the girls are going, jumping out of a plane, are you? So it's like it's spread already.
Yeah, we're in.
Right, we've got another challenge that we're going to do. But that's the beauty of it. And like I said, it's those inspiring stories, like people like Sissy, and there was so many in that room yesterday, and I just loved it when we're all sitting around the table, everyone's having a drink and a bite to eat, and then you've got the different runners coming back from when they're finishing and walking through, and everyone gives them a round of applause, and that. It was a great day, and seeing people that we knew do it as well, like Siddy and that. We love Siddy, and
it was nice, wasn't it?
It's a great sense of achievement. I'm really pleased we've done it. Really pleased.
So between us, we've raised over £50,000 for the John Terry Foundation and Razor Sunshine, which is incredible. So a big thank you to everyone that supported, donated. It's going to go a long way and make a big difference.
Yeah, and for me as well, a huge thank you because it's extremely tough times at the moment. We all know that the current climate in the world and stuff like that is difficult. So for anyone to put their hand in their pocket and donate anything was fantastic. And we're, like you said, we're really chuffed with the amount that we've raised. And there still might be a few people out there, to be fair, who haven't donated yet, who really should. So, and if you don't by the cut-off time, which is very soon, I hope your next sit-down trip to the toilet is a hedgehog. And just looking at you with one shoe on, one shoe off, there's the little war wound, there's the little blister.
Well, not a little. This is how much pain I was in, right? That's not the best image, is it, of my foot? Have you got it, Liam? So I was in that much pain yesterday. I didn't even know about the blister until after the race. And it was like a big bubble at the end, so I had to burst it and stuff. I actually burst it with the kids at the table. And I burst it and it squirted all over the kids.
I'm glad I weren't there. But yeah, I mean, recovery from like... We've gone in ice baths this morning. Yeah, saunas. Like obviously, we was doing a lot of ice baths in the build up, but that's another thing that you got to say. Anyone who's like putting their bodies through stuff, you can't do enough of like ice baths and things like that, can you?
Whereas a lot of people I've seen on Instagram this morning just get up and go to work, probably without that as well. Like, how much better did we feel from this morning to doing that, like doing the ice bath, the hot and the cold, and the kind of mix was, I feel like chalk and cheese how I feel in terms of my legs and stuff like that.
And it's even like when because obviously we're lucky enough to use that place in Isha, but Fit Partnership, we'll either cut that out or leave it in as a thing, depending. But even those, that's one of the things that I think is a huge benefit to me in my preparation, was even how my body is responding to ice baths now. Because, like, obviously at the beginning, that when I get in ice baths, you've seen me in socks. I have to wear socks because of the pain I get in my feet. Yeah. And today I forgot them, obviously being a little bit delirious from yesterday. But even just the way that your body gets used to dealing with like ice baths, and there's quite a few people that I know that swear by them, and I've never really been in that sort of like boat. And that, because of the pains I get in my feet, I've always tried to avoid it. But I've got to say, I'm certainly over the other side now, where I'm like, I can't believe how good my body felt.
Yeah, and feel comfortable in them. So when you do them initially, it's like 1 or 2 minutes. We were doing like 4 or 5 minutes this morning.
Oh yeah, more than that.
And like for me, ducking under last week, I was like, no chance. But then this morning, I'm like, I need to get under.
You do. You get used to stuff, and I think that's a good thing to take away. Is that I always think that you think your body has limits in so many different aspects, whether it's performance, whether it's preparation and stuff like that. I think your body can go a lot further than you actually believe.
So coming away from marathon, we are about to go to Copper Box 26ers. Got our first win last week. That was massive. Felt good actually, didn't it?
Well, it was due, wasn't it?
You know what? We've actually played really well in a couple of our last games. We've been unlucky. The boys have been unlucky, I think.
I think in all honesty, I think we should have won the last 3. Obviously, we managed to get a win last week against the Arsenal boys, which is always good.
The Invincibles that haven't got a win yet. Sorry, I can't help myself. Sorry.
But yeah, the lads have done really well, and I think we've been a little bit unlucky with certain decisions, which have even been openly admitted to made mistakes.
Well, I think you've been very nice there. I think the refs have been shit. They've been absolutely awful.
Yeah, well, you said it.
Yeah.
You can say it, you're the manager. But yeah, it's a format that is challenging as well at certain moments in it. We've fell down sometimes at the game changes and stuff like that, but it's been super enjoyable. A lot better when you win games like last week. But Maya Jammer's team tonight.
Yeah, they've been going well, to be fair, haven't they? They're a good side. Quite physical as well. They're quite big and physical. Obviously in the top half of the table. What are they, second or third, are they? They're right up there, aren't they?
I was more concentrating on the bottom half.
Well, we're third from bottom now. We're climbing.
Oh, that's it.
You know what? We need to go on a little run, but we can string 3 or 4 results together and give it a go to try and make the playoffs.
Yeah. No,
and I think we know our squad as well now. Like, it takes a couple of weeks. Like, we wanted to see a few of the teams brought in kind of wild cards very early on, didn't they? We wanted to give everyone a fair opportunity to kind of show us what they can do as well. And now we pretty much know our starting lineup. We know what our squad looks like or will look like week in, week out. We're halfway through the season. We can make a change after this week as well.
The old transfer window.
Yeah. So it's like we're just starting to know our squad, and I think the boys are just starting to understand each other as well. You look at like a few of the teams; they've been very clever of how they've picked their players of 5 Manchester lads or 5 London lads that kind of know each other's game and stuff like that. So a few teams have kind of started well, but I think the more we've kind of gelled and knitted, and that result last week, I think we can go on a little run, me.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so, because I'm still a little bit like where we've done really well in games and we ain't got what we deserved, and I'm hoping that we don't keep looking back at those games going, we should have got more points there. Do you know what I mean? But listen, onwards and upwards.
It's mad because, like, even for us, like, Shearer's here. Shearer's a legend. He kind of walks in casual, all on his own, kind of through the entrance, and then he comes into the green room. And then there's like the YouTubers come in. They've got like their security. They've got their videographer, their cameraman, and it's like they're 5-6 mob-handed, aren't they? Like you just got one of England's best ever players walked in completely solo, sitting there on his own. And these YouTubers are like surrounded. But listen, that's the world they live in. That's the world our kids are in.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it. Like, my boy George is involved as well. Romy's involved in the social media world as well. Like, they love it, don't they?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I remember at the draft night, Miller was messaging going, "Can't believe you're in the room with my favourite YouTubers." And I was like, I don't know what ones are they? And then obviously the fact that we've been here for a while now, he's like think Miller obviously wants our shirt and wants Mini Minter's.
Yeah,
like
Simon's been lovely, isn't he?
Yeah. And that's what I mean. It's like it's a world that we're obviously a lot older and we don't really know about. But you can see the influence that they have. That, like you're saying, you've got Alan Shearer and people like that walking by. But these boys and the crowd go crazy. They shout down that you got Sharky and you got Chunks and all that there.
It's been big, isn't it?
It's a great atmosphere and fair play to them all because they're putting on a good show.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I love the concept of it. And like you say, like for us, a couple of the game changers at the last 3 minutes of every game can kind of fluctuate from week to week. It's randomised and stuff. And that can really impact. Like we were winning 4-1 last week and all of a sudden it goes to like the shots from the halfway line and we end up almost losing the game or drawing the game late on, which, two of the other game changers, we're done. The game's finished. But it's really exciting. There's loads of kids there and stuff. So I think from Baller League itself, I think the concept is really good. I know in Germany it's massive, and I think it's still growing. It's still got momentum.
Yeah, well, I noticed how it's growing anyway, because even your friends and their kids, the amount of messages you're getting now that it's been kind of up and running, and that they're all wanting tickets and they all want to come, and there's people that are bringing like coach loads of people. Like, so you're going, it's certainly growing, and you can understand why, because for the younger generation, it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, because like for me, when I spoke to Felix originally, he was kind of frustrated with football in general. I think of teams at lower half of the table kind of sitting in a low block, waiting, being patient. The other team going sideways, backwards, and he wanted something a little bit more exciting, a little bit on the edge. How he grew up watching football, which is probably our generation and what he's watched and stuff, a little bit more exciting, and so it's probably a little bit more tactical now, football. So he wants to give a different kind of concept to how he sees football and how it kind of should and could be played as well.
I think a lot of fans share his views, don't they? I mean, there's people that you talk to, and they say exactly that. So why not get a little fix for that type of football here?
And our first little role in management together as well.
Yeah. Who knows where it will lead?
We're kind of prompted into this due to the Cobham Legends charity stuff we've done. We're now sitting here post-marathon in the podcast. This is something that we're looking to kind of expand upon. So if you would like to subscribe, there's stuff already up. We've got this marathon conversation we kind of spoke about and touched on Baller League a little bit. And then there's certainly a skydive to be incoming, and maybe some more content in the next few months.